The latest attacks come with the US poised to change top commanders in Iraq. Defense Secretary Robert Gates arrived in Baghdad to preside over Tuesday's ceremony. He'll transfer command from General David Petraeus to Lieutenant-General Ray Odierno. Gates says the number of US troops in Iraq will continue to shrink, and the challenge for Odierno is to preserve the security gains made by the US. Omar Al-Saleh reports.
The situation in Iraq is dire.
He's the man who is credited with turning things around in Iraq. He oversaw the surge of 30,000 US troops, a tactic the US credits with reducing violence, but a move that was made in tandem with greater cooperation from Sunni Arab tribal leaders and a ceasefire by Shia militiamen.
I give you my full support.
General David Petraeus, the commander of US forces in Iraq, is leaving his post, but his new posting may prove just as challenging. Serving for less than 2 years as the top US general in Iraq, he will now head the US Central Command, responsible for a vast region, including Afghanistan and Pakistan, a region that has seen a spike in violence over recent months. His replacement in Iraq is General Ray Odierno, a man fated when his unit captured Saddam Hussein in 2003. Odierno played a major role aiding Petraeus with the planning and implementation of the surge.
Attacks in Baghdad,
but he will face many challenges as he determines how to build on what the US has deemed the success of the surge. A success that is often described by his predecessor as fragile and reversible. US and Iraqi government officials say violence is at its lowest levels since 2004, and that Al-Qaeda in Iraq had suffered major setbacks, mainly to the Sunni tribal leaders who swapped side and stood against their former allies. And even before the new general is in his new seat, the challenges ahead are starting to loom. Some leaders of the Awakening Council are threatening once again to swap sides if their fighters are not enlisted in the Iraqi army security forces.
The pressure on the Awakening Council's sons is like pushing them back to carry arms again.
But despite the talk of success, Iraqis have mixed views about whether things have improved.
The situation is very good, thank God. Now we can go out at night. Before we couldn't go out after 6 p.m.
We don't care if the US commander is leaving or not. We care about security. Yes, there's improvement, but it wasn't because of the Americans. It was because of the sons of Iraq.
Some critics say that although security has improved in general, they fear an easing of military restrictions may bring renewed violence. Omar Al-Saleh, Al Jazeera.